Hey guys, just coming live just to shoot the shit pretty much. Haven't been live in a while. Uh, Welcome, Carla Ray, Dog Mom, Lisa 54, DeWanda, um, Lisa Free Spirit, Lisa 54, said that. Sunnyside, hey Puss in Boots. I don't know if I said Dog Mom, but if not, hello. Pepper. Someone just messaged from Discord and said they just came out of their basement that a tornado missed them by 6 blocks. So everybody in the path of these storms, be careful. We're under a tornado watch. I think it's gonna probably stay south of us. We'll get some storms, some wind, but if you're in the path of these storms, don't take them lightly. Hey, Cindy. Hey, hybrid Pisces. Yeah. Um, I know. I don't know who just messaged and said they just come out of their basement. Maybe it was, I don't know who it was. Hey, sissy. But yeah, if they tell you to take cover, take cover. It's not that big a deal. Just don't play silly games. You win silly prizes when you do that shit. So, and they've been pretty bad throughout Alabama, South Carolina. Yeah. Like I said, we're under a tornado watch, not a warning. There are some warnings that are a little south of here, but I do think the biggest part of the storms are going to stay south. But, you know, if a weatherman says take cover, freaking take cover. Hey, Honor Rose, Angel Kisses. What a cute name, Angel Kisses. Hey, Sunshine After the Rain. You know I love your name. You under a tornado watch too? Yeah. I got to be honest with you. Hey, Scoop. Um, I went through a Cat 4 hurricane by myself, and I'm a weather buff, anyways. Okay, you know me, me and my brother. I remember when we were younger, he was scared to death of storms, scared to death. Now I mean, he stays on top of them. But and I might have told you all this story. You can look it up. You can Google, or not Google, but go here on YouTube and look up March 2nd. I don't remember what year, not too long ago, Henryville, Indiana tornadoes. And you'll see a picture of a school bus that's inside of a restaurant, and the people standing out in front of that's my brother and sister in law. They got this crazy idea to leave their home and go down the road to the restaurant, which was right across the school from, or right across the street from the school. And it picked up a bus and put it through the restaurant. And the guy that had the restaurant what did the guy name the restaurant? Me too, hybrid Pisces. He named his restaurant the Bus Stop. Pretty cool, huh? When I say restaurant, it was just a little diner, fantastic food. It's still there, but they changed the name of it. I know freckles were always called angel kisses in my family too. But yeah, like I said, if the weatherman says take cover, just take cover. Tawanda, run down the hill. Hi, Kyle. Hey, Christy. Tawanda, run down the hill. Unless that thing's tied. Well, I guess it can't be tied down, can it? It's a fifth wheel. So you're not tied down. If you get bad weather, run down the hill or something. My son and daughter in law went through Hurricane Michael in Florida. They lost everything. All you saw in their home or the footers or whatever they're called. No walls, nothing. Yeah, Cindy, I was lucky. Uh, my building held up really well, other than shingles and stuff like that. Sunny and warm there. Good, good. I'm glad the sun didn't come out here today, because had the sun come out here today, it would have fueled the storms. See, I love weather. And my brother, he loves weather too. I mean, Kyle, as far as I know, everyone's doing good. No, I don't have a wide brim hat yet, Kyle, but when I get one, I will specifically wear it for you. Hey, Remy. Hey, Sergeant Blackrock. We got a sandstorm in progress here. Can't see my. Ooh, now see, that's something I've never been through is a sandstorm, but that sounds like it would hurt. I mean, if you had to be out in it, that sounds like it would actually hurt. Hey, your main girl. Main girl was talking earlier about maybe starting a channel, starting doing live streams and stuff. Tell her do it. She lives in a beautiful, beautiful part of the country. She could sit outside and tell her everybody do it. Thunder snowstorms. Do you remember the video of what's the guy from the Weather Channel? I love him, but if he's in your town, it's going to be bad. Kent, what's his name? Quintero? I don't remember. Like I said, if he's in your town, it's going to be bad. But the video of him, you can look on YouTube. How excited! No, he's not a bald guy. He's got hair, dark hair, or at least he used to. He might be bald now. Rick Cantero, Rick. No, just YouTube it, and he gets so excited when he hears thunder snow. He's in a snowstorm and it thunders, and he gets so excited. No wide brim hats. Stop the wearing of the hats. No, Jim Cantori. Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss Lee. Jim Cantori. Hiya, Irish gal. I beg your pardon. Hey, Night Rider. Hey, Blue. Long time no see. Yes, if Jim Cantori's in your town, whatever's going on is going to be bad. He came to Louisville when I was living in Indiana. One of my times between Indiana and Florida and West Virginia and wherever else I'd been, and I knew then Jim Cantori's here. We're done. And it did turn out to be a pretty tornadic situation, but it didn't affect where I was. So, hey, Top Cop. Ooh, yeah, be careful. I always thought, yeah, Blue, glad to have you back. Hey, Richard. I always thought my mom was full of shit when she would say, "Thank you, Irish gal. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometimes." Okay, you don't want me singing. Remember your mom used to tell you can't talk on the phone during a thunderstorm? Well, I always thought she was full of shit. Hey, Thumperini. No, when I get a wide brim hat, I'm gonna wear it for Kyle. I mean, he doesn't ask for much. So I'll do a live. I'll go I won't have a filter on. What do you call it? Camming up. I'll cam up. I swear, man, there's like something wrong with my brain. Like I can't remember. Yeah, or take a bath. Couldn't get in the shower, couldn't be on the phone. There's gotta be a yep. She also Irish girl also sent me another song. She sends me songs through email, and she sent me the other one, kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil when you get back home. Staying out of toxic mean streams. It's so hard to do, Blue. It's so hard to do. And I said the other day I might give crime a shot, but my attention span is so bad that I get into something and then I just lose interest in it. Maybe crime is not Charlie Pride. Yes, Pepper. Yes, name that tune or name that artist. Top Cop, can you see Helen? I do too. You know what my mom, Christy says, I love that song. I remember my mom listening to that song when I was young. When I was younger, uh, you always like Juice Newton. I don't know Juice Newton. But I remember, look, see, my attention span. When I was younger, you hear Lolly snoring. I'm glad she's snoring because if she ain't snoring, she's itching. Ain't misbehaving. My mom would play bingo. She would have the radio on. My friends still remember this. Friends I haven't seen in 35, 40 years. You'll see them at the funeral home or something, and they'll be like, I remember your mom playing bingo with the radio. And the radio would play these certain songs, and you would get these bingo cards, and you would cover up the song. And when you got it, yes, just call me Angel. Oh, that's who that is? Okay. Just call me Angel of the morning, Angel. Um, but she played bingo. And then when you'd win, you'd call into the radio station and you had to be like first caller. And then you would get like win. Remember Jeannie C. Riley? Well, of course. Reminds you of the YouTube streets. Yeah, bingo on the radio. It was so cool. That's what people remember about my mother. Oh, and one friend says that she learned how to cook a turkey because watching my mom. What are you gonna send me? Bingo is a fun time with friends. I've tried to figure out a way to play bingo on here. I don't know how to do it. Okay, puss. 2-liter RC and a box of moon pies. We actually did a big promo where we printed 100K bingo books that people could get, and we do bingo over a 3-week period. The winner got 5K or a hot tub. Damn. I want to play that. Hell, I'm happy if I play bingo and just win some crap offs. I my mom liked bingo, okay, and my brother and 2 of my brothers and their wives always went. I didn't go very often, but one time I went, and they were playing this game where you had to wear this pig nose, this plastic pig nose, and you had to oink if you got bingo. I was like, nah, not happening. And usually I'll do anything in public, but I wasn't putting that pig nose on and oinking. My mom was like, you got bingo, you got bingo. I was like, I'm not oinking. Hey, not your business. I miss you too. We all miss you. So my mom grabbed the pig nose and yelled oink, but I still got the money because That's the way it goes. Yeah, you had to grab a plastic pig nose. There was several of them sitting on the tables. And if you got this certain bingo, I don't know if it was postage stamp or straight bingo or what, you had to grab the pig nose and you had to put it on and yell oink instead of bingo. And just so happens I win that night on the oink game. And I was like, Mom goes, you got it, you got it. She grabs the plastic pig nose and hands it to me. And I was like, Mom, I'm not doing that. And so she threw it on real quick and oinked real loud. I was like, I would oink for a Klondike bar. Hey, Deborah, what you wouldn't do for a Klondike bar? Hey, Samantha B. Like I said, I know last time I said I might try true crime, and I'm really trying, guys. I've been watching some streams, I watched the jury selection for the Chauvin case, the the cop that shot George Floyd. I couldn't even get into that. There's a crime that I am really kind of into. It's an older crime, but it's really never been, there's never really been any closure to it. And that's the Jessica Chambers case. And I thought about that. Of course, Tawanda knows that case inside and out, so she could always help me with it. But so they seated a jury, right? When is opening statements? I like the nitty gritty stuff too, Sunnyside. You know, let me be in there when the attorneys are going at each other. And yeah, it has been a while since we've seen Samantha B. I know Puss in Boots, and I really did. I looked at all of everything you gave me, but if you need if you need real footage of that case, I'm willing to go down there and get you some footage. Of Jessica Chambers? I didn't think you were anywhere near there. Like I said, Tawanda knows Jessica's mom, so she knows a lot about the case. So I would be willing to come up here and do it with Tawanda. I know quite a bit about the case. I don't know as much as Tawanda knows about the case. And Puss in Boots, I swear, I really did. Yes, thank you, Pepper. I really did. Oh, the Chauvin case. Yeah. Ooh, not your business. You could be like dad with the phone, except Nacho with the phone. You could be, well, I'm sure you can't be there every day, but Monday is opening statements. Good, Sam. That'll give me something to watch. Because I can't, I'm telling you, my attention span sucks. Last case I was interested in was that dude that killed his parents, and his mom said, that was crazy, wasn't it, Helen? Nacho with the phone. Yeah, sub up to Main Girl. She gonna start going live. We're gonna start having some fun over there. Plus, she lives in beautiful country where she does videos where she walks her dogs. And hello, Mama Cat. Nacho with the phone. I can't wait. Hit me up an email, Nacho. That guy was totally nuts and showed absolutely no remorse whatsoever. But you don't expect somebody like that to show remorse. I sit in on one of the David Cam trials, most of it, and it was interesting. After 3 trials, they finally found him not guilty, and he wasn't guilty. And it was rigged all the way from the get-go. And now both the prosecutors that tried him and was found guilty are dead. And they weren't old men. So I wonder if that's karma. Surrounded by police. Is your email on your channel? I thought I've emailed you before, Nacho. I don't know. It might be in my about section. I don't know. I know nothing about my channel. It and Mar, God love her, she's gonna have to get better soon because I mean I totally appreciate Puss in Boots and all the work she does, but Mar was my right hand. And oh, new phone. Tawanda, do you know my email? You could drop it in the chat and Nacho could take a screenshot of it. And then we could delete it. Jodi Arias, yeah. My favorite part about the Jodi Arias trial, well, I'm guilty, but when she said in that interview and said, "Oh, there's just no way I'll be convicted." I thought, "You crazy bitch. You didn't just kill that man. You overkilled him." Yes, please, Honor Rose, if you can. And then somebody can. Okay, Nacho's ready for it. Oh, there it is. Get a screenshot, and then we can delete it. Because I don't really need every nutcase in uh, YouTube having my email. Not that a lot of nutcases don't already have it. But hey, K Smalls. Okay, got it. Good. That'll be interesting, Nacho Business, getting some footage from that trial. Working and recovering from being rear-ended by an 18-wheeler makes it hard, but truth knows I try. Of course. And you do a great job, Puss in Boots. You're on top of Discord, you're on top of Patreon. But Mar was my IT person. Mar was my technical person. Did you hear about the Philadelphia girl killed in Miami this week? Drugged, raped, and murdered. Spring breaker. Nope. I knew it was crazy down there. Mama Cat, now I'm going to have to go dig in it, probably go down a rabbit hole with that. Yeah, most cases have my phone number. Thank you, Brian. But nobody calls me anymore. Thank you, Brian. Like I said, it's just my RC Cola headquarters is my hometown. RC Cola headquarters is my hometown. Okay, thanks, Nacho. Look, Nacho with the phone is going to get us some footage from the what's his first name? Derek Chauvin. Is that it? Well, good luck. They are hardly speaking of it. It's 2 men from North Carolina and not really being talked about, which is very strange. Really, Mama Cat? The Newsom case is horrendous. Yes, Remy, I totally agree. But so many people have covered that case. Yes, Derek am I saying his name right? Chauvin? Chauvin? Either way, it's going to be interesting. Uh, First of all, let me go ahead and say that I don't agree with that cop putting his foot on that man's neck ever. Cops are taught you don't go near the neck. Okay, they're trained. You don't go through. You don't go near the neck. Hey, monkey's mama, and I know that because I'm friends with a police officer or a retired police officer, George Floyd. Yes, he's the victim. Chauvin. Yes, George Floyd is the victim. And the defense is going to push and push and push and push of what was found in his bloodstream. That's what they're going to do. They're going to push the fact that there was fentanyl and uh, methamphetamine and pot. They're going to push that. You watch. That's going to be their defense, that he died of some sort of heart attack or anxiety or something. Which, I mean, you could tell in the footage that he really, really was freaking out about getting in that car. But it doesn't change the fact that that cop put his knee in that man's neck. And you can't do that. I mean, you just can't do that. So I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna listen to the evidence, but right now I got the cop guilty. Sorry, but as I sit here just knowing what I know, which is nothing more than the autopsy results, both autopsies, and that's okay, Angel Kisses. We're not here to correct your spelling. Um, and the footage, the 9-year-old was in waist high water over the weekend, and his mom was with him, and the shark bit him in the shoulder. Inside Edition covered it, showed pics. Really? In Miami? What part of the ocean? East Coast, West Coast? I missed it, K Smalls. I'm big on sharks too. Did you hear about the 9-year-old who was bitten by the shark in Waste Miami Beach? Really? That amazes me that all them people were there and that the sharks were that, I guess it only takes one, but Cocoa Beach, I've never ever been on Cocoa Beach. Never. And I say Cocoa Beach, I've been to pretty much every beach in Florida, damn near. But Cocoa Beach is where I live. And I've never ever been on that beach that at some point they didn't blow the whistle for a shark sighting. And some of these people just come strolling out of the water. Shit, I'd be walking on water. Sonny says I'm confused. Too much going on at one time. It is kind of confusing, Sonny said. I haven't stuck to one story yet. Hey, British Chippy. But I am going to watch the Chauvin trial, the George Floyd being the victim. I am going to watch that. So, and like I said, now we got Nacho with the phone, who's going to send us some footage. That'll be great. Famous line, we're going to need a bigger boat. Yep. The cop is evil. Yeah, as of right now, in my opinion, he's a bad cop. Hey, Lab. You think Chauvin is as in as in chauvinist, so Chauvin. Okay, gotcha. Either way, if I was sitting on a jury and all I know is what I know right now, you're guilty. You killed the man. Uh, Probably manslaughter is what they're going to give him. I would think he's going to get some level of manslaughter because for murder, they might have to prove intent that he intended to kill that man. Say his name, George Floyd. Yep, been to New Smyrna. Mount Dora. I've never been there, Kathy. Yep, I've heard he's had several complaints in the past. And cops are human beings. There's good cops and there's bad cops. Weird that his neighbors never knew he was a cop. That is weird. I didn't know that, Case Smalls. You know more about it than I do. Because, like I said, as I sit here right now, I know the autopsy reports. because his family had one done too, I think. No, I'm thinking about, hey, they're reopening that one. I know I'm jumping around like a grasshopper, but uh, they're reopening that one case. Kendrick, the kid that was found in the wrestling mat, and they said he crawled in there to get his shoe. Oh, I can't. I don't want to disgrace. I don't want to. I'm going to get his name right because I don't want to tarnish his name. Is it Kendrick Johnson? Yeah, Kendrick Johnson. Exactly, Remy. And they say, yeah, yeah. Uh, I read the other day where they're reopening that case. Any updates in the Darlie Routier case of truth? Aren't you in touch? Yeah, Blue, but they're keeping everything pretty tight-lipped right now because the Innocence Project is now working that case. So even when I call her big mouth mama, which I love to death, Darlie Key, she can't really tell me nothing. Um, I know there's some DNA that's supposedly leaning her way. Um, COVID has also held things up, or so they say. I firmly believe that Darlie will walk out of prison. Bye, Sunnyside. Are you leaving? I mean, I'm a firm believer that Darlie Routier is innocent. Um, the 12, 15 years, and nobody has proven to me that woman killed her kids. Sorry. And with the investigation that went on, and you got a judge with Alzheimer's, you got a transcript with 33,000 errors. Nope, nope, nope. Should have got a retrial right off the bat. But welcome to Texas. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even jaywalk in Texas. No offense to our Texans. I know they're proud people, but Texas law is it's crazy. I'd like to throw Bridge Guy off the Delphi Bridge 1,000 times over. I know. I hear you, Sergeant Blackrock. But see, that's a crazy. Oh yeah, the Innocence Project picked her up, actually out of New York. The main office where what's his name is that worked on the O.J. Simpson trial. See, this is why I can't do true crime because I can't even remember people's names. But yes, Sergeant Blackrock, I cannot believe they have not found that man yet. There had to be some sort of DNA left on those little girls. Very shit. Thank you, Kathy. What would I do without you guys? Yes, so it was his office that picked it up. I mean, he's not working on it, but it was his office out of New York that picked it up. Texas Innocence Project wanted no part of it. I personally think Darlie is guilty, but what can you do? Can't do nothing. Can't do nothing, Remy. 12 people said she was guilty too. Although it was 12 people who watched a silly string video 9 times or more. And I believe she was convicted on her behavior, not on actual evidence. And even the state said what they had was circumstantial, but we won't get into that because you know how I feel about Darlie. And it's not just because I'm friends with her mom. Uh, I've purposely, over the years, kept my distance from Darlie. I haven't written her. I haven't made any kind of contact with her because I wanted to always be able to look at it from a perspective not Darlie's. You know, I didn't want to become friends with her. Yes, I adore her family, but I didn't want to become personal friends with her because then I think it kind of blinds your, you know, it kind of puts blinders on you. Exactly. Case Moss. They didn't show the whole video. They didn't show the 2 hours of an actual memorial service that they held. No, they didn't. And anytime you have a trial where the lead investigator gets to plead the fifth, sorry, some shit, shady shit. When the lead investigator gets to get on the stand and plead the fifth, sorry. Some people are well protected if members of the community. That's all I'll say. I don't know what that means. Why do you think Darren completely walked away from her? Puss in Boots, it was a mutual agreement. Uh, are you talking about Darren Routier? Because there was another man named Darren that was interested in her. But it was a mutual agreement. Um, Darlie was as up for it as Darren was. Um, Darren still thinks Darlie is innocent. Here's my biggest problem with Darren, and I don't believe Darren killed his kids. What I think happened is Darren got mixed up with the wrong people. And if you break down, actually, there's a guy here on YouTube that covers this, RJ. Shit, now I'm embarrassed. I don't know his name. See, guys, see, I have issues here. If you listen, if you break down the 911 call, you can hear. No, I don't believe that Knight Rider. I don't. I believe that Darren was into some shady shit. Now, the man who lived right next door to the Routiers had been in prison for Blakeney is his name. They called him Blake. And he lived with his parents right next door. And he had been in prison for breaking and entering and, you know, violent crimes. And if you listen really close, you can almost hear in have you ever covered a trial on YouTube? No, Kathy, I haven't. But if you listen, yes, yes, Drake is their living son, and he does have a relationship with Darlie and Darren, as much as he can have with Darlie. You know, death row inmates in Texas, in at least the females. Well, you got to remember, Darren. You know, he had the scam where he had the Jaguar stolen, and they believe it's at the bottom of the lake there. Can't even remember the name of that. All you need is notes, and you'll be just fine, I guess. Blue eyes, but I'm telling you, when they took part of my colon out, they did something to my brain. And look, that'll get made into a clip or somebody will make fun of that. But I'm dead ass serious. Like my attention span is gone. Um, Making decisions. Yes, Drake is still in remission from his leukemia. He has a girlfriend. He smokes a little weed here and there. You know, he's your typical 20, I don't know, 22-year-old now. But what was I talking about? Oh, when I had my colon, I'm telling you, after my surgery from cancer, something happened to my brain. I don't know if it was the anesthesia. I don't know what. Well, thank you, Greg Vogel. Thank you. But something happened. I literally, menopause added to fog me. I that could be too, Kathy, because I went through that too without so much as a Tylenol. So I'm shocked my child survived. But I remember I had already healed from the surgery, and I was standing in the grocery store, and they didn't have Country Crock with calcium, which is what I like to use. And I literally stand there for 20 minutes and cannot pick out a butter or a margarine. And I start crying because I can't even pick out. I left with no butter, no margarine. I had to get a new TV. It was horrible. Had to go into Best Buy and get a new TV. This guy's saying, well, this one's got X amount of pixels and it does this and it does that. And I lost it so bad on him. I finally said, look, I want a TV that turns on and turns off. Have you talked to your doctor about your memory issues? Yes, I have. And they said it's just something that, I, you know, that I might have to deal with. Just like the neuropathy in my feet. Man, sometimes I can lay down at night and I'm not shitting you. My feet feel like they're freezing. To me, vice versa. They feel like they're burning. You know, like when you dip your hand down in a cooler, searching for the last soft drink or last beer, and it's just cooler water and it's ice, and your hand starts hurting. Well, that's what my feet feel like. And I think you need to do a live on your perspective on the Darlie Routier case. I could, but you know what that's going to lead to? Me and Brian St. John. You have that too, Jackie Blue. But when you touch my feet, they're cold, they're freezing, but they feel like they're on fire. Well, my doctor recently gave me gabapentin. It ain't doing nothing. But I'm grateful I don't. It's the gabapentin. Well, that's what my doctor gave me to take to keep it from happening. I'm grateful I don't have it in my hands though. No, no, I'm not diabetic. Actually, my niece is diabetic, and all the time. Which one is grandpa? That would be me. That would be me. Stag barista. I'm grumpy grandpa. Um, my niece always checked my blood sugar, and it was always perfect. Yeah, I can handle Brian. I mean, I could even have Brian over, and we could try it again. You know, we could we could try to do it again. Back in those days when we went at it, we were on Laura's panel. Um, things got hostile because Laura thinks she's guilty too, or at least she thought back then. I don't know how she feels about it now. But Brian pisses me off though. Are you taking 300 milligram of gabapentin? Maybe your dose needs to be increased. I don't know how many milligrams I'm taking. You have neuropathy too. It does suck, doesn't it, K Smalls? And sometimes, like, I do too, Angel Kisses. I put a heating pad on mine too. Even though they feel like they're, burning, but they're freezing. And I sleep in fuzzy, what do they call them, butter socks, or I don't know what my milligram of gabapentin is. I don't feel like getting up and going and getting it. But I could have Brian over and we could debate the case, but Brian just pisses me off. He just pisses me off because he won't acknowledge anything. To your corners, I know. He will not acknowledge anything. Put a 1 in the chat if you or your loved one was on trial facing the death penalty and you would be okay with your judge having Alzheimer's. Yeah, the gabapentin ain't doing shit for me either, misbehaving. Put a 1 in the chat if you would be okay for you or your loved one to be sitting in a trial where the judge admits to having Alzheimer's. Dog mom says no way. But you know what Brian says? No, I wouldn't be okay with that either. You know what Brian says? How did it change the outcome of the trial? How did it change he gets up, Brian, he ain't even here and I'm cussing him already. That's a big no for me too. Hell no. Hi, Lorley. Lorelai. It still looks like Lorley to me. I don't know why, but I know they call you Lorelai. Who the hell is Brian? Brian St. John. But you know what he'll throw at me? How did it change the outcome of the case? How did it change the outcome of the case? Well, would you want a referee that's refereeing your ball game to be blind? Because that's what a judge is a referee. Now, in front of the jury, the defense brings up a motion, and you know what the judge says? In front of the jury, take it up on appeal. Now, as a juror, I'm thinking, oh, well, this is automatically going to mean she's guilty. Please don't go there with Brian. I know, Kay Smalls. He gets me so angry because he won't acknowledge things. He only states the state's case. Well, we all know the state's case. It's the things that you don't know that you need to look at. Okay, the coroner testified to the fact that Damon, the littlest one, the youngest, could have lived anywhere from 8 to 9 minutes. Okay, now keep in mind he didn't die until the EMT got to him in the house, or maybe even in the ambulance, but I believe it happened in the house. Now, 8 to 9 minutes. Okay, remember that number, 8 to 9 minutes. Darlie was on the phone with 911 for like 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, now deduct that. We'll even give it the benefit of the doubt and say 9 minutes. Deduct 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Okay, what are we down to? Less than 3 minutes? Right around 3 minutes? It took 2 minutes to clear the house. 2 minutes to clear the house to allow the EMTs to go in. What are we down to? Less than a minute? Well, if she gets another trial, there'll definitely be a change of venue. I'm sure. Thank you, Denise R. It has a major filter on it. I emailed you a photo of a hat I like. Okay, Kyle. There's just so much about the Darlie case. So much. So much. The original transcriber lied to a judge. When the judge asked her, Halsey was her name, she lost her license. When she was questioned by a judge and he asked her a question, she says, I was afraid that Darlie would get found not guilty. Now, this woman shouldn't even have an opinion on the case. You think Darren knows more? I do think Darren knows more. I do. And my biggest problem with Darren is my biggest problem with Darren is, if I understand going on with life, okay, so him and Darlie got divorced, it was mutual, whatever. And Darren, I don't believe they're married, but he has a woman in his life. She was actually a high school sweetheart of his, I do believe. But they've built this multi-million-dollar ranch together. And here's my thing. Darlie's sitting on death row. not much she can do other than try to get herself out of jail. But if my two children were brutally slaughtered the way that Devin and Damon were, I would be spending my money on a multi-million-dollar ranch. I would pay every private investigator, every I would every penny. I would live in a cardboard box if it meant trying to find out who killed my boys. Because he still believes he still believes that Darlie's innocent. So my son just sent me an email, or not an email, but a text. And because I don't want to tell his situation, I wish I could read it to you all, but I know it'll get used against me. So, that's something else. Bye, Red Feather. But that's something else I wanted to talk about. All I've heard is kids are off limits, kids are off limits. Come on, guys, nothing's off limits in this community. Nothing. Everybody I know in this community has had their children gone after. Me, Laura, Makeup Mobster, Kay Smalls, Mandolin, Hello Starlight, MGL, probably Trisha, not Trish. I don't remember. Um, Kids aren't off limits. They should be, but they're not. Take care, Feather. So that's something that's really grossed me out lately. But it's just one of the many things that has grossed me out around here lately. Hey, Winky Whispers. Hope you're doing okay. What did Jackie Blue say? Jackie, I'm sorry you're going through that. But yeah, let's hope we can all do better, because if there's anything that should be off limits, it should be children. But they're not. Like I said, everybody that I know pretty much in this community has had their children attacked. I don't know DC or OGDC, but it seems like a lot of them. Yeah, the whole situation with that is disgusting too, Blue. It's like a tug of dick war on who was the better friend. Well, I'll tell you who the better friend was. It was people like me and Puss in Boots and Tawanda, who weren't sitting in private chats dogging her. Okay. It's people that are like sitting home and making their amends with her. But she rests in peace now. And I think it's ugly. And I even kicked somebody off my panel one time for talking about it. So that's all I got to say is I was, we were cool. I agree, Twanda. I agree. This bickering back forth, who was a better friend? It's um, they were making prank calls. Well, I mean, if they had fun, Mama Cat, so what? I mean, if that's what I'm 56 years old. I'm not. Thank you, Blue. I'm not. But if they had fun and nobody was hurt in the process, Yes, Lisa 54, may she? But whatever, I don't care. But I do want to tell Wendy, Wendy, I'm not following you around to catch you do something wrong. Do I feel like you throw sideways jabs at me? Yeah, I do. You know, you say, I like the truth, but, well, anything after the but is just shit. But I'm not really going to get into that either. Can I get a favor? Can you all text Ninny and ask her to unblock me? She had me blocked for weeks. Thanks. Really, Bad Wolf? Why wouldn't, is that the real Bad Wolf? I- I'll text her, Bad Wolf. I mean, I'll get a hold of her on Messenger, but make sure it's the real one. Also tell her I'm the better troll. Yes, it's me. Tell her that you're the better troll. Okay, are you trolling me right now, Bad Wolf? Are you like, okay, Bad Wolf, okay, I'm not gonna go there. I will text her and ask her to unblock you, but we'll just keep everything else private because I don't want to know all about this. But yes, I will text her for you. I ain't trying to get up in people's business. Tracy, remember the Atlanta child murderers? Do you think the killer had an accomplice? I don't know, Sergeant Blackrock. What makes you think there was an accomplice? You're welcome, Bad Wolf. Hey, Lucy's World. I almost want to believe, well, not want to believe, but I almost think maybe there were more than one people on that bridge in Delphi. I mean, those were two very spirited little girls. Um, I don't know that one man could have handled them both at the same time, unless they were just such good friends that one wouldn't leave the other. And I feel like there would have had to be of some sort of battle, some sort hey Top Cop. I feel like there would have had to be with the gun, he could have scared them and control. I guess you're right, Lorley, but me too, Sergeant Blackrock. I feel that way too. I feel like the girls would have attempted to run. Um, when he caught them, I feel like they would have struggled, which meant there would have been DNA on the girls. But see, the cops aren't letting go of anything like that. To the best of my knowledge, they haven't let any of that information out, other than some bullshit sketches and down the hill. Come on, man. It's time to put the information out there and let's get this dude. I know, Lordly. I know. I know, Kathy. I wouldn't have walked on that bridge either. You believe he had helped the Atlantic child killer? Yeah, maybe I'll have to brush up on that one. Hey, Rain Girl. Long time no see. What was the cause of death of the girls, Captain Obvious? We still don't know because I don't believe the police has released that. Hey, Polka Dot. It is sad, Winky whispers. No, Captain Obvious, they haven't released the cause of death, which is another thing. The police haven't released anything, and I don't understand that. Delphi will be solved. I hope so, Hybrid, but I've never seen a case go this long that the cops have held so much this close to their chest. Now, I don't usually question an investigation. I kind of give the investigators and the cops the benefit of the doubt because, well, they're the professionals. I'm not. But at some point, you got to start releasing stuff so that the public can maybe jump on a piece of that and say, hey, have a good night, Top Cop. I know, Kathy. I know, but none of that has happened. None of that has happened. It's crazy. I pray that someday it comes across the TV that whoever killed those two little girls is. And now you're going to get me into a whole different topic, which is talking about the death penalty. And I'm not going there tonight because I'm tired. It's past my bedtime. And I really just came on to touch base with you all. I haven't been live for a while. And yeah, or at least squelch the bad info. I agree, Jackie. I agree. And those damn drawings they keep coming out with, it's like, your grandmother was like a jail warden. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. If I lived in that area, my kid was small. I kind of believe that too, Polka Dot, that he was either a drifter or a trucker. I kind of believe that too. But wasn't Adam Lane a trucker? He got caught. Was that his name? Adam Lane? See, I got to second guess everything I say. Lucy, stop talking to Kay Smalls. Am I going to have to separate you two? Okay, Laura says there was a land issue too around the bridge and what Ron Logan owns. The county wants to buy his property. Hybrid says ding ding, but says wrong to me. I want it solved too. But there's so many. Look at the little boys out in California. It's almost as if they're not. Nenny, Bad Wolf wants you to unblock him. I'm glad you came in. I'm still working on your Bieber poem. Really, I haven't even started it yet, but I will. And Bad Wolf came in and said, please unblock him. So, was he trolling me, Nenny? He was. He was trolling me, wasn't he? I don't even know if it was the real Bad Wolf. Yeah, we're talking about. We touched on a couple different cases, Val. Just I'm trying to find one that grabs my attention that not a lot of people have covered. I mean, the Delphi case, of course, to me is very interesting, but so many people have covered it. Um, I do want to get into this Derek Chauvin and the George Floyd trial. I can't wait till opening arguments or opening statements Monday. But like I said, my attention span and my memory is going out the window. The truth. Did you know I could have been a victim long ago of David Parker Ray? or in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. There's a place called Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. I nearly moved there. I loved Elephant Butte Lake. Thank goodness I never did so. Well, yeah. I don't know that case, but yeah, I've been watching AV's videos. Sometimes I catch them on replay, but there's really a city called Truth or Consequence. Yeah, we are too, Case Miles. We're actually under a tornado, still a watch. And the storms are moving in, so I'm going to get off of here. If you're in the path of these storms, if they tell you to take cover, please do. If they've already passed over you, I hope you're safe. Um, who knows what I'll talk about the next time I come live? Because we've touched on about, I don't know, 30 different topics tonight. So, Caitlin Markham, she was killed in Indiana and dumped in Ohio. But interviews are interesting. Caitlin Markham, she was killed in Indiana and dumped in Ohio. Okay, I got to take a screenshot of that one. Because I won't remember. Yeah, Dog Mom, I hate nighttime storms. You know, if something's coming at me, I want to see it. But yeah, you guys have a great night. Hopefully the streets are quiet tonight. No talk of people's kids or anything like that. I just had to touch base. I hadn't been live in a while. I appreciate you guys coming in. I appreciate the super chats. I just appreciate all of you just coming in and shooting the shit. And maybe someday I'll find something to sink my teeth into. And this can be a real channel with real content. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. So, you guys have a good night. I'm out of here, and I will see you around the tube.